Hey guys, we're gonna do a tour of a Sterling Homes show home today. I've got it here right behind me. I'm gonna flip this around so you can take a look at what we've got here. This is the Affinity A model. So you can see that it's just under 2,000 square feet, 1,980 square feet. It's a 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. This one's located in Edgemont. I think they call this specific part of Edgemont Place. They're still obviously building it out here, but this is where it looks around the show home itself. But let's not waste too much time. Let's go in and check it out. Obviously, being a show home, it's going to have a few extra upgrades than what's included standard, but that means it'll look nice and pretty for us, right? Yeah, so we just came in the front entryway here, and the flooring in here, the light sort of plank flooring, I believe is engineered hardwood. I could have been fooled. It's possible that it's vinyl plank, but the texture feels more like engineered hardwood to me. But this model has a nice kind of open mudroom or foyer here. You've got access to the garage here right away, and they put some upgrades in here, as you can see. They put one of those really nice finishes. I can't even remember what it's called, but they pour it on, and it's almost like this synthetic or rubber type stuff. And they've got a few other pieces in here to show what you can do with your garage. But yeah, it's a pretty typical double garage. I wouldn't say it's oversized. There's no gap on the side, so it doesn't really have any excess space. But there's a little bit of space here that you would be able to put some stuff in and still fit 2 vehicles. Then here's your main front closet, which is actually pretty nice. It's a walk-in front closet. So there's more space in here than you would typically get in a front closet. That's a nice bonus. It is 9-foot ceilings that they have on the main floor. I believe that's standard on all Sterling homes. And over here on the right, we got the first half bath. So you got quartz countertops, black finish faucet, you know, basic cabinetry. You got your mirror and your light, your toilet. And then this one actually has a full walk-in shower here. So that 4th bedroom is on the main floor. We'll go there next. You don't have to use it as a bedroom, but a lot of people do like to have that main floor bedroom. Right now it's kind of used as an open office, like it is a show home, so that like this is the show home staff use this, but this could very easily be closed in and turned into a bedroom. I'm sure they give you that option when you're building one from scratch, but even if they didn't, it's extremely easy to just close that. But yeah, it's kind of like a flex space, could be a great den as well if you don't need a full bedroom on the main floor. And then you can see they've got a closet here, but they're using it for all of their stuff. Then from here, it opens up into the main living space. You've got your kitchen. There's your stairwell going downstairs. We'll save that for later. We still have the same flooring throughout here in the show home at least. But this is the kitchen. So the kitchen definitely has some upgrades, but it looks really nice. This countertop, I'm not even sure exactly what that is. It feels almost like maybe a textured quartz. It's possible it's granite, but maybe it is granite. Yeah. Or either that or it's some kind of textured quartz. But beautiful kitchen, nice and dark. You know, you got your lower cabinets here. They've got a couple nooks kind of built in. I'm assuming this one's meant for a microwave maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it's just for display because there's the same thing on the other side. You got your stove. They do have different stove, or not stove packages, appliance packages. They would have like a standard one that you could get. This is probably the upgraded one. And they've got cabinets here. Samsung. Yeah, I think they've got like, I don't know, 3 different Samsung packages that you could use. Oh, there's the microwave. Yeah, built-in microwave down here. That's nice. And then this one has a massive sink, so that's definitely upgraded. The standard would probably just be a double sink, but that's nice if you like one big one. It's the two-tone cabinetry, so you got light cabinetry over here, and then they've also got the dishwasher right here. I do like this sort of floor plan, looking out into the living room and dining room from the kitchen. One downside though, is I've got the same thing in my house, is depending on how good you are at keeping things clean around your sink, you know, it doesn't look the best if you leave all that stuff there, whereas if your sink is like over in the corner somewhere, you don't feel as bad about leaving stuff out behind the sink, like even just like you're cleaning things and stuff like that. But maybe if you're more tidy than me, it won't be a problem. I don't know if I showed you guys the walk-in pantry over here. It's a nice big pantry, you know, nice and echoey in here. I'm sure when you live here, this is what your pantry is going to look like, right? Everything's going to be nice and spread out and minimalist. Alrighty, now let's take a closer look at the living room and dining room. So they've got a built-in electric fireplace there, a couple windows on the side, which is nice. This looks like tile work. Yeah, that's nice. Nice shaped tiles. But yeah, same flooring throughout. Pretty typical sort of open concept design. They've got a pretty big area here for the dining area. They've got like a 4-seater here, but you could very easily fit a 6-seater in that model. And then they got 2 big windows at the back as well. And I believe all of Sterling homes come with triple pane windows by default, so that's nice. And then this one has a little bit of a deck here. I can see that they've also got a gas line. As is typical, usually you're still gonna have to at least do your side fences. This one's the show home, so you can see they do actually have sod in. A lot of times if you're buying one that's not the show home, most of the time you're gonna be responsible for your own landscaping as well. But at some point, if you did buy this one, you'd probably want to close in the sides and go in and on a fence with your neighbor. But that's actually a decent sized yard, believe it or not. It's not massive, but decent for newer lots these days. But yeah, let's get another look at the main living space. And then we will head upstairs. So here's the stairs. I think these are probably upgrades. They look nice though. Got just carpet up here, which is pretty standard and typical. And then this one, the bonus room is right at the top. Instead of it just being like over the garage, this one's kind of got the bonus room in the middle. So some people like it, some people don't. It's a bit of a preference thing. It makes the bonus room usually not as big when you have it in the middle like this versus over the garage. However, that allows you more space for things like your master bedroom. So over here's the master bedroom. Nice, good size. Like this looks like a king size bed to me, and they still had room for, you know, some extra seating. This is the part that actually goes out over top of the garage. You can see the garage is right there. And then they've also got a walk-in closet over here as well. Yeah, it's a nice, decent sized walk-in closet here that even has a window. Nice triple, I was gonna say triple pane. I don't know what words to look for. There's 3 windows in one. That'll come to me later, but here's the master bathroom. So it's got a nice standalone soaker tub. These always look really cool. I've never actually used one that is this style, but I think they look cool, at least. Not sure what it'll be like to clean, you know, back in there. That might get annoying. Might not clean that as often as the rest of it, but they look good. I can say that, that's for sure. So you got quartz countertops in here. I think this is the same light cabinetry they had downstairs. Obviously there's gonna be different options for that. Like if you buy one of their spec homes, it's already all gonna be picked for you. You could see the exact kind of colors that they have for everything. But if you're building one from scratch, you can select all that and go through their design center. And in this bathroom, they've got a nice tile floor with some really big tiles. I like the design on that. His and her sinks are always a big plus, depending on You know, if you and your partner go to bed and get up at the same time, that can be a game changer. And then here they've got a full-sized walk-in shower that is also tiled with a sliding glass door. So that's nice as well. It's big enough that you could put a little chair there. But yeah, overall I'd say it's a nice, simple, clean design. They also put some actual tile backsplash again, same kind of texture that they had downstairs above the fireplace. So yeah, overall pretty nice master suite. Coming back through the bonus room again, they've got lots of extra windows here. I was assuming there was going to be another house built next to this one, but based on all the side windows I'm seeing, I'm starting to wonder if this is actually just going to be a road, because all the side windows are usually more common when you actually have a corner lot. You end up with more side windows. That's actually one of the bonuses of a corner lot, believe it or not. Right over here, we've got the laundry. So pretty typical Samsungs they got in here. You got a little bit of extra space on both sides, space above. They didn't build that much storage in, but there's enough room here that you could. Like I could even see there being enough room here to stack the washer and dryer and then have a bigger sort of storage section to the left that you build in. They just did a very basic setup here. Or at the very least, you could put another kind of countertop above the top of them, and then you have more space to work with. But pretty typical. Upstairs laundry has been all the rage for a while. Why haul your dirty clothes up and down floors when usually when you're taking them off, they're upstairs, right? This is the linen closet. So pretty decent sized linen closet here. And then you got 2 more bedrooms at the back. So this was a 4-bedroom, but 3-bedroom upstairs. Actually a pretty decent sized bedroom. Either that or I'm being fooled by all the staging, but it looks pretty good to me. It seems quite roomy. These ones are looking out the back. And they're gonna have a pretty typical closet, not walk-in, but you know, definitely reasonable for a secondary bedroom. And then same thing over here. This one doesn't feel quite as big, but these days, and on a 2,000 or sub 2,000 square foot home, it's actually decent. Obviously they put some wallpaper up there and they probably have a better taste in design than you will. So your house will never look this good, but you can pretend, right? Okay, here's another closet. So all pretty typical. And then here's the main bath. It looks like they got the same tile that they had in the master. Same quartz countertops, same cabinetry, nice big, I was gonna say window, nice big mirror. Same, they went with dark hardware on everything in this house. That's pretty popular these days. And then just a standard tub shower combo. So pretty typical. They do have some tiling, you know, but along the top for decoration essentially. But yeah, that is pretty much it for upstairs. But what I wanted to do was go downstairs. So the basement isn't finished on this one, but they did put a side entry on it. So it's set up so that you could put a suite in this one. I'll switch it back around here. So I just came, you know, right off this door. Now you can see this is going into the basement, and they've already got the side door right here. So it's set up so you could very easily add a legal suite down here. Now I can't recall if Sterling actually offers, I feel like they probably do. I have had clients buy stuff from Sterling that had legal suites in it, but it varies by builder. So sometimes you can actually just right from the beginning, if you're gonna build a home with them and you're gonna kind of go from scratch route, you could just say, yeah, I want a suite in the basement, and they'll do it. And if not, at the very least, you got the door and everything, and you can do it afterwards with your own contractor. But this one's all set up to work well with a suite. Like if you'll see, they've got all the rough-ins over here. Like these are actually the rough-ins for a kitchen, essentially. That's way more than what you would need just for a bathroom. But all of those combined is like bathroom and kitchen kind of thing. Big enough that you could put one bedroom down here. There's only one window, so that pretty much locks you into one bedroom at most. And then, yeah, as you can see, got a really big electrical panel here with room to finish the basement. And all this is going to be pretty typical, you know, furnace, hot water tank, HRV. And it's obviously fully insulated as well. So that is pretty much it for this tour. If you want to look at this one in person, or you're interested in buying a Sterling home, you can reach out to me at 780-819-5508. They've got stuff all over the city, not just in Edgemont. I'll probably be touring some of their other properties so you can see those as well. But I hope you got value out of this tour, and I'll see you on the next one.